Hey! Charlie was immediately depressed. After a long while, he did not give up and asked, "My wife, it seems to have cooled down, I'm so cold." Claire ignored him, kicked off a quilt, and said angrily, "How cold can it be at night in summer? If it's still cold, I'll find you a down jacket to wear." Charlie was desperate, and it seemed that his wife would really not let him go to bed tonight. The next day, Claire prepared to go to work early in the morning. Charlie made breakfast for her, handed her the key to the BMW car, and said, "Let's drive to the company today." Claire couldn't help but said, "The car you bought, I drive to work, isn't it appropriate?" Charlie said, "What's wrong with this? You are my wife, and the car was bought for you, not for me." Claire nodded lightly and said thankfully, "Thank you." After speaking, she took the key of the BMW car from him. The father-in-law on the side looked envious, and blurted out, "Charlie, you said you will buy me a car, did you forget?" "I haven't forgotten it." Charlie said hurriedly, "Wait for me, I'll buy it for you. Just wait for the new car to drive back home." The father-in-law suddenly smiled and said happily, "Then I'm just waiting." BMW 530, you said it yourself, don't buy a wrong model. Charlie was amused for a while, nodded, and said, "Dad, don't worry, I will buy the BMW 530 for you today." After that, he followed his wife downstairs and pulled his little e-bike from the BMW 760 from the trunk of the BMW 760. Claire drove this BMW 760 to work, and Charlie himself rode his e-bike to the BMW 4S shop again. When he was approaching the BMW 4S store, he happened to pass by the door of the Audi store. People in the Audi store first saw him, and a salesperson blurted out, "F***CK, the man who bought the BMW 760 is here again riding a little e-bike. D***MN, if you kneel down for him today, you still have to stop him and sell him a top-equipped Audi A8. Yes." All of a sudden, a large number of Audi salesmen rushed out and surrounded him. "Sir, come to our store to see the latest top-match Audi A8. Sir, our A8 is very powerful, using a W12 engine, which is even better than the BMW 760's V12 engine." Charlie asked curiously, "Is it so awesome?" "Really?" An Audi salesman hurriedly introduced, "Brother, let me tell you that our W12 engine can be turned off left and right. When the 12-cylinder is half off, there are 6 cylinders, which is more fuel efficient." Charlie said contemptuously, "I should buy a 12-cylinder car and turned off the 6-cylinder to save fuel? Isn't it good for me to buy a 6-cylinder car? This. The salesman realized that he had said the wrong thing, his face flushed. Charlie sneered at them and said, "I know what you think. You were uncomfortable when you saw that I bought a BMW 760 yesterday. So today, you are trying to coax me into becoming your customer, right?" A group of people nodded hurriedly. Charlie hummed, "Tell you guys. It's late. Yesterday you ignored me, but today I make you unable to climb high." After speaking, Charlie pressed the horn of the little e-bike. "Dee, get out of the way. Brother is going to the BMW store to buy a car." BM's sales also ran out at this time, and said angrily, "Audi's grandson, what are you doing? Are you robbing our customers? Didn't you see our customers just ignore you? Then surround you distinguished customers. Believe it or not, I'll call the media to expose you guys." Audi's guy couldn't hold it, so he could only walk away in despair. The manager of the BMW 4S shop came to greet Charlie in person and asked respectfully, "Mr. Charlie, do you still want to buy a car today?" Charlie nodded and said, "Is there a BMW 530? I'll drive away today." "Yes." The manager was so excited. He bought a BMW 760 yesterday and a BMW 530 today. This is really a big customer. So he hurriedly said, "Sir, please come with me, I will show you the show car." Charlie gave a hum and followed him into the exhibition hall. There happened to be a BMW 530 in the exhibition hall. Charlie sat in and felt it, and found that although this car looked very similar to the 7 Series, it was really a lot worse inside. Already considered high configuration. So he was about to swipe his card to buy a car. At this moment, he heard a familiar voice and said, "Oh my dear, I really like the BMW X6. Would you buy me an X6? Sitting in the car, Charlie followed the sound, but found out that Lily, the fiancée of his university friend Stephen, was holding a strange man at this time, with a look of intimacy and ambiguity. Charlie frowned and thought to himself, Lily called that man dear, could this woman cuckold Stephen? He couldn't help but get annoyed, because he hated this kind of woman who has no moral bottom line and is unfaithful to feelings in her life. Moreover, Stephen is busy with business, and she unexpectedly came out to cuckold him. This kind of woman is too disgusting. At this time, he listened to the man with a lustful face and asked, "If I bought you X6 now, how would you explain that to Stephen?" "Stephen?" Lily said with a look of disgust, "Don't mention the waste. The family wants money and he has no money and no ability. If it's not for looking at others to be honest and practical, I would not follow him altogether."